funniest comedians out here, but I got to do it to your ass. So I'm looking like an extra in the Shawshank Redemption movie. You got that same hairstyle as dude from Tales from the Hood at the end of the movie. You look like El Chapo's second cousin El Gato like shit. You look like Claude and Ray from Life like shit. Always Sherman Hemsley looking at you.
Not there for you.
We are live. It is another Phunni podcast, episode 6. It is December 17th, 2022. I am your
Yes.
host, Big Lee. This is my co-host.
This is Naila with an E, but you can call me Nye. What's up? What's up? Great to get started again.
Yeah, I know, right? We back again with another episode, almost to the end of this beautiful year. How's your weekend been, now? We only had Saturday, so we got another day coming. But how has your Saturday been?
I mean, so far it's been pretty good. My mom came down. She came down from Cali, so we've been catching up, having some mommy daughter time, and it's been lovely. I didn't realize just how much I missed her, so it's been great having her here. I'm excited to spend Christmas with her, so it's a good time. It's a good time. What about you? How's your week been going? How's your Saturday so far?
Saturday was good. Hit the gym. I ain't gonna say early, but earlier. I was in the gym. I was in Boston for the first time yesterday. Actually, the night Thursday, we drove up there and then drove back yesterday for work. I've been working with some guys from LA that's never been here, which is crazy because your mom's in town from LA and they're in town from LA as well. That's who I drove to Boston with from work. But yeah, Boston was cool. That was my first time there. Not a lot of us there, but other than that, it was a good time. Partied in downtown Boston for whatever that means. I drove through Harvard's campus. That was by accident. I think I was the only. What you mean, the campus?
I mean, like all of it, downtown partying, and how was that? How was that partying with the folks out in downtown Boston?
Well, it was like an amped up University of Maryland party, like University of Maryland times 10.
Oh, dang. Okay, times 10.
It was like a lot. It was less black people there and a lot more white people stuff going on out there.
I see.
Not, nothing super racist. They were saying the N-word in the little Sheck West song, but what can I do there? You feel me? I'm the only black. I'm one of two black guys in the club there, so I just went downstairs, so I didn't have to see all of them white people saying the N-word in there.
And you visiting it, they probably like, nigga, we do this all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I didn't eat anything special out there. I wasn't there long enough. I ate some fucking bar nachos and had an IPA. So they said they were the best nachos on the block. They were some mid to me, but whatever.
I mean, it's hard going places, especially being from the DMV and trying foods and this is the best so and so here, and it's like, well, because the DMV has restaurant week, so it's a nice culinary hub out there. You get a whole lot of everything out in DC and Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Boston's known for nachos anyway, so it's like it wasn't like Boston, So we got there not late. Well, I think we got there like 9 or 10 o'clock, and then for some reason on a Thursday, everything was like the kitchens was closing at like 11:30 in Boston. So we went to downtown Boston where I guess there was like a little strip of bars, and we bar hopped, went to like 3 or 4 different bars. One bar had nachos. I think all they had was nachos and tacos. So I had nachos, beer. It was cool. It was cool. I go back. You know what I'm saying? It was all right.
That's what's up.
We got another jam-packed episode though. Some news has came, and a topic that we talked about in our pilot episodes. Brittany Griner, is home in a trade with the Merchant of Death, Victor Boot. But whatever that means, she's home. And I read today that she's looking forward to playing next season in the WNBA again.
Oh, wow.
So she's already ready to get back on the court, which is cool.
Jump. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now how you feel about that? What do you think about Brittany being home? And with the trade in itself, how do you feel about the trade? You think it was good enough, worth it? You know?
I mean, I feel like I'm really glad that she's home. As far as the trade, I've been seeing a lot of people like online, even in day to day, passing by people, seeing people my day to day schedule or whatever. People have been upset because I mean the guy, his nickname is the Merchant of Death. He is an arms dealer selling bombs and AKs, all types of stuff he should not have access to. But I've seen people, reference a couple different Marines that have been there for a couple years, but I feel like that was the only trade that we could have made for Brittany Griner. She's not she is a prisoner of war, but she's not involved in any she's not a soldier, she's not in the Marines. This is not a career, you know, something that might happen in her line of work as being a basketball player. She ain't never signed up for none of that. A
Right,
Marine has been trained for those things. And as far as I know, we have tried to trade for those Marines before and they're not budging.
right,
So I'm
right,
glad that she's home. I don't agree with a lot of people, being mad, especially at her. Like she was arrested, what, like they gave her 9 years for a weed pen at that.
right, right.
Like that
Yeah.
it should have never happened, but it's because of this war with Ukraine. But so what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, first of all, I'm happy that she's home. I'm happy that she's back with her family and everything.
Mhm.
We did try to do a one-on-one trade with Victor Boot for the ex-military guy. I forgot his name that's locked up over there. But they
Mhm.
didn't want to do that. They're holding this guy to a higher standard or whatever
Mhm.
than Brittany Griner. So I don't know what that is all about. But we have made attempts to free other prisoners that's locked up over there. You can only do what Russia can negotiate,
That's
what they're
true.
willing to negotiate with, and they were willing to negotiate with Brittany Griner, so she's home.
Mhm.
Um, I ain't never really been, seen people be mad that somebody gets freed from
Right.
jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially when they didn't deserve it. Like,
Right. But yeah, she's home. I hope she gets to get back in the league next year, and get back
mhm.
to doing what she loves to do. You know, shout out to her. Shout out to her,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Seen the
And
video of her flying over here and stuff like that.
mhm.
Shout out to her.
Mhm.
As far as
Uh,
the trade, I don't know if it was worth it or not. What I do know is I'm happy that she's home.
I am too. And I did hear something that she is, working with people who have been, had trauma regarding not necessarily just being prisoners of war, but the trauma that comes with being arrested, being detained, being in prison, all of these things. So she is doing some outreach as well. So she's turning this into a positive for her. And I
Right.
do love to see it. I'd love to see it. I just hope I'm sending prayers for her and her family, but I hope that she does get some healing, that she does heal from this, because I can't imagine going through this myself. That's got to be some kind of traumatizing. You know what I mean?
Right, 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 right. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm just happy that she's home. She don't have to go through that anymore.
Mhm.
I hope she doesn't go back over there to play.
Oh no.
I heard a lot of players have pulled out of leagues over there or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, let's just hope that she stays over here and hope that she, is doing well mentally after everything that she went through over there.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
You know.
sure, for sure. Now I did see another topic, and this one was a little bit shocking. So there's been some stuff circulating about Deion Sanders, and
Prime time.
previously, yes, Coach Prime, as they call him, call that man Coach Prime. So he was previously with Jackson State. Yeah, with Jackson State. I think it was what, 2 to 3 years. Was that 3 years?
2 years, I think. Yeah, he
Okay,
did 2 years
okay.
over there.
So now he's leaving Jackson State, which is HBCU, to
Right.
go to the University of Colorado. Now, um, what are your thoughts on that? I've heard some backlash, some people that are not too happy with Coach Prime. What are
Um,
your thoughts?
I mean, I'm happy for Coach Prime. I'm never gonna tell somebody not to go get some money, man. Like,
Mhm.
it's up to you to decide whether the money is worth it, and he decided that it was,
Mhm.
and he left an impact at
Yeah.
Jackson State. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He brought a lot of connections there. He did the field there. He reached out to other friends that's in the NFL. I see you sipping.
Oh yes. Oh
he
yes.
re- he reached out to friends that he had in the NFL to get uniforms. He brought College Game Day to Jackson
Mhm.
State. He's taken 10 players from Jackson State to Colorado with him. Um, I think he went from like 300,000 or 500,000 a year to 3 million a year.
Yeah.
Even though Deion said that he didn't need the money or nor that he didn't want the money, but
Mhm.
he did what he felt was best for him, and I feel like other people should just mind their business. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you be
Mhm.
happy for somebody moving up? Um, it's not Deion Sanders' responsibility to put HBCUs on
Mm,
his back and carry them to the glory.
it's
It's
not.
it's
It's not.
everybody's responsibility, and I feel like Deion did a part. He did
Mhm.
his part. Everybody else should do their part, and
Mhm.
let
I
Deion go
mean,
on and get his money, man. Let him do his thing.
yeah, because I mean, if we're being honest, he has done more than most people have for HBCUs and for black colleges. But what I will say is, I think his comments about HBCUs in particular are coming back to bite him in the butt. So people now, I don't agree with how harsh they're being with him. They're calling him a coon and all this stuff. Now I feel like that's too much.
Right.
But he did say when he first took the job at Jackson State, and quote, I was called by God to make a difference, not a man next to a man standing by God, but God himself. That it's not about winning, but it's about making things better for everybody, not just Jackson State, but Mississippi State, Alcorn, Grant. He goes on and lists all these HBCUs, everybody. So a lot of people are saying that he painted himself as this savior sent to radically transform HBCUs, and now he's pulling out. So for me, I wish he would have at least maybe not said exactly those statements or upped it so much, because now he put himself in a box. So people are trying to hold him accountable to that and going to, well, University of Colorado is a PWI, predominantly white
Hmm.
institution. So I mean, his statements put him in a box, but at the same time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with going and pursuing better and more for you, getting the bag, because Deion Sanders is already a legend as a
Right.
football player,
Right. Right.
already hands down a legend. So I can see him wanting to further his coaching career, but you can't just step into the coaching game as Deion Sanders. You got to get some stuff under your belt. So
Right.
I don't,
And
I
I,
don't.
I honestly, I would argue that he did radically change the HBCU coaching game because college game day hadn't been to any HBCU before Dion pulled up
Mm,
with them out there. And um I think they were 12-0 this year, undefeated.
I think it's
Um
15-0 or
or
something. But
15,
maybe
yeah.
I think, yeah, it's something like they're undefeated.
Whatever that
Yeah.
record, yeah, they're undefeated for sure. Unless
Hmm.
they played today. Today was his last game coaching. I
Ah,
don't know if
okay.
they won or lost today, but they were undefeated.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, man, he left a footprint. Like he
Yeah,
left a
he did.
footprint in the HBCU
Hmm.
history, to be honest. So I think that's what he was supposed to do. He did what he could do while he was there,
Hmm.
and now he's moving on to something to big,
Hmm.
something bigger or whatever. And
Nah, he left some. Now, this is the last follow up question I got, because he left some really big shoes to fill.
whew.
Do you think the next person in is gonna be able to fill them?
I mean, I don't know.
Mm,
Football is my secondary sport, and I'm
mm.
definitely not coaching football, so I don't know
That
what it would
true.
take to coach a football team. One thing I do know about Dion is he was a very likable coach.
Mhm.
He was
Mhm.
good with the kids there. Um,
Yeah, he
and he
was.
had a lot of connections because of his history in the NFL,
Mhm.
and history outside of the NFL too. So the next coach is gonna have big shoes to fill right there. I don't know if he can or not, or will or not. Maybe somebody maybe somebody else with a big name
Mm.
from the NFL or something like that might step up and take the coaching job, and they can pick up where they left off at.
Mhm.
But I didn't. Was it. I found out Mo Williams, that used to play for the Cavaliers, is the basketball coach there, I think, or
Oh
somewhere out there,
snap!
which is crazy.
Dang. Okay, Jackson State.
Yeah, bro.
Sheesh.
Like, I feel like we give back to the school when we can.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
people just hating for real, for real. The
they
haters
are.
gonna hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Haters are gonna hate. And
Mhm.
Dion is doing what he want to do, bro.
That's true.
And that's
Yep.
another thing, people gonna hate because they can't do what Dion is doing. You feel me?
Yes. And you
So
know what? I found a lot of people like to tell you what you should be doing with your platform, with your status, with, oh, well, you got XYZ, so you should be doing this and you should be doing that and you should have put more time in. I don't
right,
know. I think 2 to 3 years at a college, at an institution, and then and changing it the way you did, taking 10 students with you, using over half of your own money
to put
to,
back into the college.
yes, I think that's a lot, and I think that's a lot that some people would not do if they were in his position.
Some
So,
people can't do it because they don't have the money to
oh
put back
yeah,
half of the money that your paycheck to
exactly.
something else. You feel me? But
Mhm.
Dion can. Um, we got some new music to talk about that we might not should talk about.
Kick it to me. Kick it to me. What we
So
got?
R. Kelly dropped the album from prison. I admit it, right? That's the name of it. That was the name. That is the name of it because it's
Is
still
that the
out.
name of the album?
I think it's called I Admit It.
Oh God, man.
Yeah, from prison. Um, I didn't check it out, but I heard about it. I stopped listening to R. Kelly's new music a long time ago.
Mhm.
I do still listen to some of the old music, but the new music, nah. Did you listen to it?
No, I will not be listening. I stopped listening to R. Kelly a while ago because I can't get over the lyrics. Even some of the stuff that is like classics, like Bump and Grind used to be my jam. I can't do it because I can't get past the thought that you're talking about children. You're talking about little girls. And then with this album coming out, now he claims he didn't release it from prison. But my thing is, these are your songs. I know you produced it. You wrote it and you singing on it. So even if you didn't release it, you wrote the shit. So whoever's decision to release it, this is still you and this is you admitting some stuff and still saying you don't think you did anything wrong.
Right.
Yeah, I admit it because I didn't listen to it and I won't be listening to it, but from what I've seen so far and a little bit of research I've done is he did admit to some stuff and it's like what do you expect, man? Like
I hope if he did admit to anything, I hope they use it in court, and they probably will. But
yep.
I'm just confused with the consistency of R. Kelly because they
Mm,
took it off streaming platforms. At least they took it off Spotify and Apple Music.
yeah, they
But
did.
like they took the new album off, but all his old music is still on streaming
Mm,
services. So like, where's the
yeah.
consistency there? Not only that, 2 weeks ago, R. Kelly was trending on freaking TikTok, the little leg shake song.
Yes,
Kids doing
what?
the little hip dance that they be
Yeah, you
doing
saw
to the fucking like.
it.
I don't understand where's the consistency at.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to tell people to listen to the music or what to listen to, but
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm just confused at where we draw the line at with R. Kelly. It's cool for kids to dance on TikTok to his music, but it's not cool for him to release new music. That's what I'm trying to figure out what we doing here.
I think the thing about him having being go his music being trending on TikTok with kids dancing to the music,
Right.
it's like that in and of itself was a side eye. Like what are y'all where are y'all parents at? Who is dictating this?
I,
Like
I'm
who is approving this
I
shit? Cause
seen parents doing it with
how?
their kids. I'm just and it's the dance. They're doing it
It
for the dance
it's
more
the
than the song.
dance, yeah,
But
but
like
still,
still, like where
still,
I'm just let me know where we draw the line at, and I'll try to
yeah.
to meet you there for
I don't know.
real.
I'm an all or nothing kind of, well, not for everything, but when it comes to R. Kelly, I'm a all or nothing. I'm not. Either you gonna listen to it or you standing by him, or because the people that standing by him have not and will not be changing their minds.
Nah,
But for me, I can't listen to any of it. I mean, you just said yourself that you listen to the old stuff,
I
but you
still
don't
listen to
listen
the
to
old
none of
stuff.
his new stuff.
Nah, but see, I have really, I stopped. Now, mind you, I do think that R. Kelly should be in jail and should stay in jail. I think he's a creep.
Mm,
I stopped listening to the new
that part.
stuff, um, a long time before he even got locked up. Though it just wasn't
Mm-hmm.
interesting to me anymore. You know, it wasn't really good after like kind of like the Step in the Name of Love era. But but
True.
yeah, I don't know. Like, where's the line at here? Because I can still go Step in the Name of Love right now. If I ask my Google
Mm,
speaker to play it, it would definitely play it
that's
right
true.
now.
That's
So
true.
I just don't I don't know where we draw the line at. But it won't play his latest album because it's not on streaming services. So
Mm.
I mean,
I don't know. That's a good question. And also it seems like the music that they're still allowing on platforms is falling in line with whenever his trial was. So everything pre-trial is okay, but post-trial is a no-go. So him cuz was is that even is how honestly, if we're being honest about it, him talking about I admit it, whatever his songs that talking about he admit all of this shit that he like him young or whatever. Um, is it? Are we really? Are we really going that hard? Because, or is it just because he is currently in jail? Because there's some older stuff with lyrics that you could tell is really. Are you? Seems like you ready. Seems like you ready felt real young to me. That felt real, real young to me. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know where to draw. I draw my own line, which is I choose to listen to his old music, but I just still think he should be in jail forever.
I think he should.
And
Yeah, he should be under the jail. He don't. Yeah, he
that's
don't need
my
to ever
line
come
right
out.
there. You know what I'm saying? And but
Hmm.
if the old music wasn't on streaming services, then I couldn't listen to it. So
Yeah. I mean, and this is a case of like just a vicious cycle. Hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. So he was hurt, but he's doing this fucked up action, and he's hurting and abusing these people, these women, and he still doesn't see anything wrong with it. So to me, I think he really deserves some kind of healing, some kind of like therapy, honestly, to reprogram his mind. Now, do I think he should ever see the light of day and come out of prison? No. But I think while he's in there, while he's locked up, I wish the prison system was better, that they would offer actual therapy and good therapy at that. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
that's a whole nother story though.
It
That's a
is.
whole nother
It
topic. And
is.
we can go
Ugh.
into that topic eventually, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we got enough time this episode
I don't think
because
so. Not
we
today.
got to get into something else, which is
Yeah.
a really good something that we've been waiting on. Our listeners have been waiting for us to get into.
Yes, yes. Oh, so all right. So we're assuming that all of y'all, we done gave y'all time,
Oh, they got more
myself
than enough
included.
time.
Yeah. So
Fuck
we
that.
did spoilers, whatever. Did we spoiling it?
I'm not even hashtagging spoiler alert on this
No,
joint.
you should have. It's been enough time. So we're covering Wakanda forever.
Right.
So, and I'm talking to myself because I just went and saw it last night for the first time.
I saw it the day it came out, by the way, but we've been waiting to talk about it. Yeah, I threw her under the bus.
He did. It has been my fault. It has been. I will own that. I'll take that. But I cried. Oh, I cried. I cried like a baby. I was kicking myself for waiting so long, but it was wonderfully done. Shout out to Ryan Coogler because he did his thing. Shout out to the whole cast. Like,
Right.
oh,
Shout
they did.
out Letitia
Yes,
Wright. Shout out
yes.
Lupita, fine
Ooh,
ass.
Lupita. Ooh, she looks so good in that movie. I was like, Lupita,
Yeah, shout out
why
her
you
fine
doing them like
ass.
that?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was a really good movie. I feel like I definitely like the I can see the rivalry building that they built
Mm-hmm.
between Namor and Shuri.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
if you
Especially
all
because
know
she made him yield.
that, and he killed the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
Mm-hmm.
if you all know, Namor and T'Challa hated each other in the comics.
Yes.
So this is why that movie
Yes.
kind of went like that.
Mhm.
Namor isn't really a super bad. He's an anti-hero in the comics, so he's not
Yeah.
a bad guy for real, for real. But I loved it. I thought the underwater scenes were shot
Oh
beautifully.
man.
I loved Riri Williams,
Mhm.
Ironheart.
Me
I'm
too.
super excited
Yep.
for her show coming up. People didn't think that they needed her in there, but I felt like that was a good little pre-launch to her show, like a
Mhm.
little introduction. Therefore, like they could kind of skip some stuff in the show. Like you don't really need the
Yeah.
introduction in the
Yeah.
show. Like you could kind of jump right into the action. Like I wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprised if the first episode had like a big fight scene in it because you can do that. Like she already has her
True.
armor and
Yeah.
everything. You feel me? Like, and
Mhm.
we know if you've seen Black Panther, we know how she got her armor,
Phew.
everything, the MIT store.
The level up.
We saw the
Yeah.
prototype armor and everything. So it's like when
Yeah.
you get into her show, you can skip if they're going to do what 6 to 9 episodes, whatever they've been doing before. You could definitely get
Mm.
into the real meat of it early,
Mhm. You can.
um,
You can.
because the intro is done already in the movie.
Mhm.
T'Challa's son, I'm gonna call him Lil Panther. Call him Lil Panther, but I'm because I
Man.
was one of the people that was hoping that they would recast Black Panther. No offense to Chadwick Boseman, I love Chadwick, but the
Mhm.
role of Black Panther always meant more to me than Chadwick Boseman because I read the comics or whatever. So I wanted
Okay.
them to recast him, or at least a Panther in another universe or whatever. And I'm
Mhm.
cool with the son thing, growing up and hopefully he becomes
Mhm.
a Black Panther. I'm cool with that. I think overall I'd probably get a movie like an 8 out of 10.
8
Eight,
out of
eight,
10.
8 to 8.5 out of 10. I gotta watch it again before I say 8.5 though, but
It's
definitely
go
8 out of 10 off the first view.
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, and I'm taking a point off. The only reason why I'm not giving 10 out of 10 is I really don't like seeing two sets of people of color fighting over a problem that these people created. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't like that at all. Like there was common ground. There was a way to come to a conclusion without fighting, without beefing. But I mean, we wouldn't have a movie yet. But I don't like pitting those two, two different sets of people of color against each other. And now, because you saw at the end, the people in the underwater, his right hand woman, she was pissed. She was like, I've waited my whole life to fight with you, and this is, you yield to them, and this is how we do. And he's like, oh, they trust us now. Like he, and I,
Namora.
the
Namora,
more,
that was the
is that
girl,
his
yeah.
daughter? Is that his daughter?
That's his girl in the joint. No,
That's his
on
girl.
some
Okay.
real shit in the comics, Namora is his cousin.
Oh, okay,
And his
okay.
girl though. It's his cousin and his girl. Like on some wild shit in the comics.
I mean, he old as hell. He's from like Aztec Mayan times.
Right.
But
I like the twist on
yes,
Atlantis. I like the twist
yes,
on Atlantis.
yeah, they did a good job
And
with
I
that.
figured that they did that because the DCU already has Atlantis in it.
Mhm.
So I figured that they went ahead and did their own little twist on it.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. Now, I cried when Angela Bassett died. Oh, I cried when she died. Let out a few tears, and I cried when they did the montage at the end with Chadwick Boseman with Rihanna playing in the background. Oh, I cried like a baby. I did. I did. It
The
was
her death, the queen's death was really
mm,
unexpected. I didn't expect that.
yes.
I did not expect that to
I
happen.
didn't expect it either. I was waiting for her to get up. I'm like, no, 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 no. She getting up. She
Right.
getting up. Come on, come
Right.
on. Like no. And then they got Riri Williams. Once Riri got up, I was like, oh yeah, nah, she gone.
Right. Right.
She
Yeah, I
gone.
definitely didn't expect the queen's death, but
Hmm.
definitely a good movie, good end to phase 4. Looking
Yes.
forward to seeing Ant-Man. Did you see the
Mm.
Ant-Man trailer in there? And when you went to see it, did they show the Ant-Man trailer?
I got there a little bit late, so I didn't see the
Okay.
Ant Man trailer. But I've seen the Ant Man trailer beforehand. I've seen it
Okay, okay, okay.
online, so I'm excited. I want to. Oh, I'm ready for Kang.
Oh
I've been
yeah.
saying this. If y'all been watching the episodes, I'm ready for Kang the Conqueror now. I need
Yeah.
I need Jonathan Majors back bad,
Yeah,
real bad.
we got that coming in February. Looking forward to that.
Hmm.
So yeah, man, anything you want to plug before we get off? Plug your IG and anything.
You can follow me. My IG is at Lahcess, LAHHCESS with an underscore, and then you can follow me on Twitter at Issa Bay or at Meanass9. So follow me on either one. I Yes, I talk back. We can key it up. My DMs are open. I take suggestions, questions, all of that. What about you? You got anything to plug so far, Big Lee?
Y'all can follow me on all social medias at Big Lee. That's
Mm.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Follow me there. Um, nah, nothing to plug for real, for real.
Nah,
Catch me in the gym.
yeah. If we don't see y'all, if we don't see
Oh,
y'all,
how could we forget to plug that we got a live episode coming up next
yeah.
week? I forgot about that.
Yep, we
Yeah,
doing
so
that
Nye
live
is
next
coming to
week.
the DMV.
Yes,
We're gonna shoot live in the living room, in my
sure
living room.
will. Yes.
We're gonna get it popping. I got a nice little set over here, set up over here that should work out. Yeah, so yeah, that's gonna happen. We decided we trying to figure out if we gonna do it on IG Live or not. But we definitely gonna be in person for the first time to let y'all
Yes.
know that we actually fuck with each other. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You
Nah,
gotta
that's my man's for real. Like, yeah, nah.
right to let y'all know that we actually cool and this just ain't virtual friendship right here.
Nah, 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 nah.
Um,
It's been some time too, boy. Whoa.
yeah, yeah, it's been a
Mhm.
almost a year, almost a year. You was here last summer, right? No, the summer
Yeah,
before last. Been a little
yeah.
bit over a year, a little bit
It's
over a
been
year.
for
Yeah,
my
but a little
birthday.
bit.
I was there for my birthday. Yep.
Right, right,
Mhm.
right, right. So yeah,
So
we got a
yes.
live episode coming. Our next episode will be live. We're gonna shoot it next week. We're gonna have it up
Mhm.
for y'all by next week as well. And yeah, that's it, man.
Yes,
That's
y'all
it.
stay safe with this holiday shopping. I know Christmas around the corner, so y'all
Happy
stay safe.
holidays. We will see.
Happy
We gonna
happy
see y'all before
holidays.
then though. But happy
Yes.
holidays.
Stay
That's it.
blessed.
We love y'all. Stay blessed. Stay funny.
Yes.
And we are out.
Adios.